Hey, Mr. Fritz here. Now we're going to talk about how to make a proper line graph in science. A lot of similarities to the bar graph. It's going to be a little bit different though. Okay, so what's the first thing you need to do? Just like the bar graph, you need to make a title. And again, the title has to be the effect of the manipulated variable has on the responding variable. So we had that one example of time of plant growth. Time versus numbers is always going to be a line graph, just like numbers versus numbers. T-charts are going to be a line graph as well. What's the first thing you do? You make your title. The second thing you're going to do, just like the bar graph, is you're going to label the X and Y axis. You're going to label these maybe just a tad bit differently this time though, okay? Well, you're not going to label them differently, you're going to number them differently. The X, okay? Let's remember, X comes before Y. So if I look at my T-chart, X comes before Y. On the left side is X. Well, that's going to be our time. And what I put is days of growth on the bottom, because you could put time of growth or days of growth. When you do the numbers on the bottom, you have to put the units so that people know. If you just put time of growth without saying days, weeks, months, seconds, minutes, people don't know what you're counting by. So it's very important by that. Okay. On the left side, on the y-axis, okay, if I take a y and I squish it, it goes up and down. That's how I know that the y goes up and down, while the x, squish it, goes left and right. The y is going to be my plant height. And you notice on the left, I also put the units again. You have to put the units in centimeters or whatever the unit may be, if it's in meters or millimeters or whatever the number is on the left. You have to put what you're counting by, okay? So that's step 2, is labeling your x and y axis. Step 3, we're going to number our x and y axes, okay? So just like we did before, and I want to remind you, numbers go on the lines. You have to line them up perfectly. If you don't, it's going to be misleading. It's not going to be appropriate. You might miscount. There's a lot of problems. So what do? The bottom, you always start at 0. Let me take that back, unless you're doing temperature with negative numbers. Other than that, we start at 0 in science, okay, to make it a proper graph. So you go to the bottom at 0. You count how many lines you have. We have 10 lines this time. You find your range, okay? For the y-axis, my biggest height was 8. I have 2 choices, okay? I could do 10 divided by 8 and count by 0.8s, or because 8 is so close to 10, go ahead and count by 1s, okay? I wouldn't count by 2s because I'm going to leave a lot of graph space blank. So it's really important that you do either the number of lines divided by your biggest number, or make them close together. So since 8 and 10 are so close together, I'm going to count by 1s, okay? Again, I could count by 0.8s, but the dots would be a little harder to plot properly. Okay, so I'm going to make 1 per line. And if you notice, we try to put our numbers right next to the line. On the x-axis, it's the same as before, but again, remember my rule? I said that you have to have the numbers on the line. So again, we start at 0. We're going to find our range. If I scroll back up and I look at my starting at 0 and how many days, I went to 4 days, okay? You start at 0, you have 8 lines, 8 divided by 4. Each number gets 2 lines, okay? So basically every line is a half day. 0, you could go half day 1, half day 2, half day 3, half day 4, or you can go 0, skip a line 1, skip a line 2. But do you notice, I'm going to scroll up again, if you notice that the graph, we have a title, we have our numbers completely filling in here, and the numbers completely filling in here, okay? The last part, 2 parts you have to do, I should say, number 4, and this is what I want you to do on your notes on your own, plot your data. How do you do that? Well, you look back at your T-chart and you go, okay, 0 days had 0 height. So at the 0, 0 mark, I'd put a dot. I would go, okay, 1 day had 0 as well. So I'd go to 1 day, put a dot. 2 days had 2. Go to 2 days, 2 centimeters height, put a dot. 3 days had 6. Go to 3 days, go up to 6, put a dot. 4 days had 8, put a dot. The 5th final step in making a proper line graph, connect the dots. Connect them as neat as you can, freehand. If you want to use a ruler, that's fine too. But that way we can see the tread line, okay? So now you have all of the tools that you need to make a proper T-chart from the first video, how to make a really good bar graph from the second video, and hopefully this video is how to make a line graph. Now, throughout the rest of the year, you're going to have to be able to do that for our labs and assignments coming up. Okay, if you have any questions, please see me. If something doesn't make sense, do the notes check when you're done so that you can get the points for this and have a great, successful time graphing in science.